Yo, what's going on out the fight? Well, this your boy Money back with another one, fam. And this one here is on two big dogs in this fight game. We have Eddy Reynoso, one of the top trainers in the game today. He is a former trainer of the year. And we all know the situation that's going on surrounding Eddy and what people point the finger at. Then we have King Canelo Alvarez himself, the 4 division world champion, 2-time undisputed, the face of boxing, the fucking pay-per-view king of boxing right now, holding the sport down, arguably the greatest Mexican fighter of all time. And we all know what Canelo doing in September against Turnbull Crawford. Now, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls all over the world, Canelo Alvarez want to let everybody know, shut the fuck up and quit blaming me for everything that goes on in Eddy camp and with the fighters that come into the camp. Now, we all seen the fighter get popped dirty again that people was blaming Eddy Reynoso for because they seen Eddy on a picture with the man. Eddy has came out and told everybody that I am not that guy trainer. I don't train him, right? I took a picture with him, but I wish him nothing but the best through his hard times and things of that nature. But everybody wanted to link the fighter to Eddy Reynoso. Everybody wanted to link the fighter to Canelo Alvarez. This happened every time. Anytime somebody look like they linked to Eddy or somebody pop dirty that Eddy's working with, they want to blame Eddy Reynoso and they want to blame Canelo Alvarez. You see these content creators, they never say the fighter name who pops dirty. Their title will go, oh, another fighter in Eddy Reynoso and Canelo camp pops dirty. This is the so-and-so fighter that pops dirty in Eddy Reynoso and Canelo camp. Or it will go, Canelo camp pops dirty again, right? They'll never say, oh, so-and-so fighter has, been found, popping dirty, using this and using this. Or the fighter that Eddy is training has popped dirty using this and this. They won't say the fighter name. They will just use Eddy Reynoso and Canelo Alvarez name to make it look like Eddy and Canelo is doing some foul shit. You know what I'm saying? In the count. Which is so far from the truth. Right? People don't do their research. They don't do their homework. They just want to blame Canelo and Eddy for everything that's going on because we know that they hate on Canelo and Eddy. They want to see Canelo Alvarez fail. And they will do anything to see Canelo fail. Right? They want to keep bringing up, oh, well, Canelo Alvarez has popped dirty. We know he did X, Y, and Z. But they want to bring up the fact that Canelo Alvarez went and gave up hair follicles, right? And prove that he was a clean fighter. Regardless how you want to slice and dice it or how you want to take it. Canelo Alvarez proved his innocence. And not only proved his innocence, after proving his innocence, went into the second fight with Triple G and beat him worse than he did in the first fight. The first fight was a draw. I thought Canelo won. Some people thought Triple G won. Okay. But in the second fight, Canelo won that fight hands down like 6-30. No debating. The third fight, he smoked his ass. And Canelo continued to be victorious after that. And never popped dirty again. So that shows you he's a clean fighter. Because if you was a dirty fighter, you would continue to train and you won't be able to go out there and handle your business the way you handle your business. Now my thing is this, fam. When these fighters pop dirty, when they go out there and they put something in their system and they get found things of that nature, right? It's not Eddy Reynoso's fault. Eddy is not their fucking strength and conditioning coach. All he is their fucking trainer. Right? A lot of people like to say, well, the trainer should know what's going on with his fighter. He should know X, Y, and Z. Well, not true. Not true at all. Because you don't know what's going on with a fighter until you start working with him. Right? You don't know what he's doing in his off-season, things of that nature. They have family, bro. Eddy Reynoso is a busy man. He worked with multiple fighters. And then his number one guy, Canelo Alvarez, he got to stay focused on because they got big things coming up. So you can't keep your eye on every fighter, every fucking move they make, things of that nature. Right? It's up to the fighter to understand what he's putting in his body, or if he got a strength and conditioning coach, to check the strength and conditioning coach and things like that, right? It's not up to Eddy to go around and piss test these fighters and ask them, hey, are you doing X, Y, and Z? Or are you doing this or are you doing that? No, man. I'm making time for you. You work around my schedule. We get in the gym. We work. We work on the game plan that I put together. We go out there. We fight. You get tested. You pop dirty. That's on your ass. You got to handle that. Now, a lot of people say, well, Eddy need to start doing this because it's falling back on him and it don't look good. Like I say, Eddy Reynoso is not a social man, right? He don't go around want to talk to the media, want to be seen and all that shit. He go by his business by going by his business like a trainer's supposed to. You know what I'm saying? He respect the fighters, and hopefully he help the fighters respect him. But he's not going to just jump in front of the cameras and explain himself because y'all want him to. He came out, made a statement, and let y'all know that he wasn't working with that fighter, that he had no dealings in the fight with that fighter, but nobody came out and apologized to the man. Nobody said, sorry, Eddy, we was wrong, right? They just said, oh, man, Eddy on the picture with him, or Eddy Reynoso is training. You understand? Which is pathetic, bro. It's pathetic, and it's wrong as fuck to just throw a fighter on the man that he's not training. You understand? But understand what y'all looking at. Start stripping these fighters down and holding these fighters accountable and stop pointing the finger at the goddamn trainer. Right? But they can't do that because they want to see Eddy Reynoso and Canelo Alvarez fail. But nobody points the finger at the fighter, the real culprit of the story. The man who let the shit go into his system. You understand what I'm saying? Eddy ain't no fucking Panama Lewis. He ain't saying give me the other bottle. You feel me? At the end of the day, Canelo not telling these dudes to go out there and fuck their careers up by doing some stupid shit. At the end of the day, these dudes are going out there doing what they got to do to get ready for their big time fights. Eddy Reynoso, he take on Mexican fighters. He's a Mexican trainer that speaks full, Spanish, right? So he got Canelo Alvarez. A lot of these dudes want to train with him. He don't know what the fuck going on with them. You know what I mean? It's just a lot of haters out here that want to see them fail, so they want to throw every fucking jacket on Canelo and on Eddy Reynoso, which is bullshit. Pure bullshit. And if I feel like Eddy Reynoso was a cheating man, that he was going out there cheating the game, then I'd get on his ass. Period. But there's no way you can have a fighter fail a drug test, then you turn around and give another fighter some shit and have him fail as well. You know what I'm saying? These fighters are testing positive for different type of shit. So y'all mean to tell me Eddy got a full pharmacy over there just handing out shit to fighters? You try this, you try this, you try this, you try this. Negative, man. Negative. You understand what I'm saying? These dudes going out there, they putting this shit into their system, or they doing some shit that they don't know is in their system, and they not checking or being careful. But it's up to the fighter, to watch what they put in their system. It's not the coach's job. He's not the strength and conditioning coach. Do y'all research on whoever the strength and conditioning coach is for these dudes, who providing the supplements or whatever they taking, and hold them accountable. Don't hold the coach accountable. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, fam, Canelo Alvarez and Eddy is doing their thing. A lot of dudes want to see them fail. A lot of people want to point the finger at them and try to make it look like the camp is just dirty, and it's just negative. It's negative. You feel me? So, if I felt like Eddy was a dirty dude, I'd come out and say it. But hold the fighter accountable. Go and do your research on who the fighter is and what he's using, and make sure what he's using is steroids and not some other shit. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people point the finger at some shit that don't even be steroids. It can be a banned substance, but it's not steroids. You know what I mean? And it don't make it right. Because I'm against dirty fighters. I'm for a clean sport. But I'm just seeing a trend of everybody just running around and throwing fighters on Eddy and trying to make that man just a dirty trainer, when Eddy ain't he don't come out and talk like that. So a lot of people use that, or him not talking, that means something is dirty. Nah, man. Let that man breathe and let a fucking investigation go on. But wait and let things play out before y'all jump the gun. Because once again, nobody apologized to Eddy Reynoso for throwing that fighter on him that wasn't even this fighter. And that's some bullshit. Eddy and Canelo, stay focused and do y'all thing, man. Straight like that, might be on to the next.